Okay, so what was your best interview experience?
Well, I've had lots of interviews in my life, but believe it or not, probably the best interview experience I ever had was at this school when I applied here for this job. And at the time, I interviewed with Mr. Stevens, and then the vice principal was Mr. Mosley. And the reason it was so good is because they were just like brutally honest, like what the job was and what the expectations were. There was no any kind of playing games or anything like that. They just kind of laid it out, and I guess they obviously they liked me because they hired me. So that was actually one of the best job interviews I ever had, and I was really nervous going into it because I hadn't taught for a while. But they were great, and that was probably one of my best ones.
What was your worst interview experience?
My worst interview experience was for a job for a nonprofit agency up in New Hampshire, and I really wasn't sure what the job was. So that was bad to start with, when I walked in. And then I met this really nice person, and I spoke with her, and I thought, oh, that wasn't so bad. That went pretty well. And then they opened the door, and there's this boardroom with 12 people sitting in there, and they attacked me. They were just brutal, and I kind of felt like I was back in 6th grade or something. I was just oh my God, I'm not prepared. These people are asking me these really hard questions that I have no idea what they want the answer for. And that was probably my biggest nightmare. It was awful. I didn't get the job, obviously.
Aww. Do you have any tips for going into an interview?
Yeah, probably the most important thing is just be yourself. Don't try and be something you're not. Don't try and fool them into believing you're something you're not. You just really need to be honest with yourself. Because if you're not that way, and even if you got the job, it wouldn't be right, you wouldn't enjoy it, that kind of thing. So probably really just be yourself. Also be really well prepared, know what you're getting in for and what the job is. That's really key.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.